But first, can people please settle down about this Victorian outbreak? We are embarrassing ourselves. So much panic about so little. Let me go through a little list and tell me that this doesn't prove that we've lost all sense of perspective. Item 1. Victoria's in a 7-day lockdown. We've talked now of extending it to a fortnight over a virus that in the past 24 hours infected exactly 3 people in a population of 6 million. Just 3 people, and 2 of them were already in quarantine. 2. We're told that this is a super infectious strain of the virus, much, much more dangerous. Yet it's so far infected just 54 people in a whole month, and just 1 of them is in hospital. 3, we're told that this lockdown was necessary to give Victoria's contact tracers a chance to catch up, a little break, a breather. Yet, to repeat, there are just 54 infected people in the state, just 3 infected in the last 24 hours. The contact tracers haven't caught up with that yet. 4, we're told that this virus is now spreading in aged care homes. Panic! But it's infected precisely 1 resident who was already vaccinated and shows no symptoms despite being 99 years old. And 5, all Australia is still in a virus panic. A panic over a virus that so far this year has not killed 1 single person. Not from a locally acquired infection. Not 1 single person. But panic, wear your mask, keep your distance. Are you sensing something here? What a massive, embarrassing, over-the-top freak out. But people seem to be enjoying this panic just a bit too much, or at least the worst kind of people, I think. Enjoying being able to yell at other people. Wear your mask. Oh, someone had a party next door. Oh, the politicians are so hopeless. And look at the people exploiting it. Workers whinging about being asked to go do their job in aged care. Who else is going to look after their residents? Politicians blaming each other to bigger themselves. Picking today on a minister who couldn't quite remember the right figure of aged care workers who'd been vaccinated, as if that made a blind bit of difference to anything. Is this mastermind suddenly? What you can remember with the spotlight on you? The idiocy of it all. Now, all Victoria is in lockdown now. From the Murray to the ocean, from the Little Desert to the Snowies, when not 1 of the 54 infections was outside the city of Melbourne. All people in country Victoria must wear face masks, even outdoors, with a chance of infection of close to 0. Almost no one's been infected out in the open air. And it'd be even less when you consider that there's not a single infected person outside the city and standing around somewhere in their neighbourhood. Have we gone completely mad? And now there's this near hysteria about the Morrison government being slow to get enough vaccines, which it was. But hang on, a third of Australians were actually saying they had no plans to take them anyway, didn't want them, scared, blood clots, whatever. 2 heads, microchip in your arm. And speaking of vaccines, hang on, calm down. Go back to that 99-year-old woman in a Melbourne nursing home who got infected. She'd had the vaccine. So far, no symptoms from this infection. She should actually probably be dead. 99, that makes you an absolute sitting duck for this virus. The older you are, the more vulnerable. More than half our dead were over 80. The thing is, most people in aged care have already had at least 1 of the 2 vaccination shots, and 1 already gives you a lot of protection from serious illness. In Victoria, it's 85% who got a vaccination shot. The rest can't or refuse to have it. And what that means is the good news that many people simply refuse to accept. It's like they're addicted to this fear. We are actually very close now to being able to do the most important thing of all: stop people from dying from this virus. It's not stopping them from getting infected. Not even the vaccine can guarantee that. It's stopping them dying. It's not actually a national priority at all to vaccinate all of us, vaccinate young Australians. It's not a priority to stop young Australians from getting infected with the virus that has not killed a single Australian under 30. We protect the vulnerable. That's the priority. Stop them dying. And that means, above all, people in aged care. I mean, 2/3 of our 910 dead so far died in aged care homes. Many others were in hospital and cancer wards, or were very old or frail at home. And as I've said for a year, we protect them. And then let everyone else get about their business. Carefully, of course. Controls over people flying in, for instance. And hello, we're almost there. We should be high-fiving, not having a freak out. The vaccine. All right, supplies were slow at first. International problems, mostly. Maybe we bet on a couple of the wrong vaccines coming good. But they're now pouring out the door. Nearly 2 million doses made available last week alone. 2 million. Go get some. And if you refuse, fine, your call. But if you then die of the virus, it's on you. It's not on the government. We blame no one but you. And the rest of us, particularly the most vulnerable, hey, getting protected. We're virtually there already with the vulnerable. Weeks off at most. So there's no need for any lockdown anymore. And this is the reality today. But it seems our minds are still so last year, trapped in fright, invested in panic. It's got to end.